Let's talk about doxing, something that I've had personal experience with on this app 2 years ago, a little more than, and something that several friends of mine have had experience with, including a friend of mine earlier this year. And this is relevant in light of two things. One, there's a new website that was started by Chaya Raichik of the Libs of TikTok that is billed as the largest firing operation in the world, seeking to get people fired from their jobs. Even though on the second page of that website it says this is not a doxing operation. And along those same lines, there are multiple creators on this app, including that guy Quinn Pratt, who are making video after video after video claiming to have gotten people fired from their jobs, people who have said things about Charlie Kirk's assassination that those people don't like. And I think it's critical that people understand that the word doxing is a slang term. The word doxing is not a legal term that does not appear in any statutes. But the critical thing about the concept of doxing, it's commonly understood that that is sharing information about someone with the intent that that person experience some kind of negative consequences in their own life. And what we've seen proliferate on TikTok since Wednesday or Thursday, and that website that I mentioned earlier, it is the intent of these people that sharing information that they find about someone online, it is the intent that through sharing that information that these people lose their jobs. And so there are statutes nationwide making that illegal. And those statutes do not use the word doxing. They do use the phrase personally identifiable information. And what I think most people get wrong in this conversation is they're like, well, if I found information about someone on the internet, then it was publicly available. And me sharing that is not illegal. I found it on the internet. And that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. Because when you go out and search and find this information about someone who said something about Charlie Kirk that you don't like, and then you share that information on a website such as the one that I mentioned earlier, with the intent that something bad happens to that person, that is a crime. And everything that is happening on that website is a crime, because it says right on the first page, this is the largest firing operation in the world. They are sharing that information with malicious intent. And that's what the statutes say, sharing personally identifiable information with malicious intent. They are sharing that information with the intent that those people lose their jobs and suffer dire economic or financial consequences because they said something that the free speech warriors don't like about Charlie Kirk. And so it is illegal to do that. It is a crime to do that. Relative to a lot of the people on this app who are saying, yay, we got 5 more people on the left fired today. They're doing that without any proof. I don't think they're actually getting anybody fired at all. I haven't seen any proof. I just see people grifting off of it. I just see people getting several 100,000 additional new followers because they're making videos like that. But again, it's such a bitch move, you know, but how typical of MAGA. It's like, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. So even though I love free speech, you said something that made me sad and made me angry. So I'm going to do what I can to cost you your employment. It's just such a little bitch move, man. It really is. But so the word doxing itself has no legal meaning. It is sort of translated into statutory language of sharing someone's personally identifiable information with malicious intent, even if that information is available publicly on the internet. Where and how you find that information has no bearing on a criminal offense. That is irrelevant. How and where you find the information about someone is irrelevant. It is what you do with that information once you have it. It is the intent behind your sharing that information about someone else. If you are sharing that information with the intent that that person lose their job, that's a crime. You've committed a crime. Hope that helps.